Intelligence is a trait that most of us know that it has significant importance in whatever we do in life. People tend to respect and admire an intelligent person. Furthermore, intelligence is associated with success, relationships, career, and prosperity. But one crucial question that comes to mind is what qualifies an individual to be considered intelligent? First, let's find some definitions of intelligence. Merriam-Webster defines it as the ability to apply knowledge to manipulate one's environment or to think abstractly as measured by objective criteria. Wikipedia mentioned that it is the ability to perceive or infer information and to retain it as knowledge to be applied towards adaptive behaviors within an environment or context. Encyclopedia Britannica says human intelligence is the mental quality that consists of the abilities to learn from experience and adapt to new situations, understand and handle abstract concepts, and use knowledge to manipulate one's environment. Although there could be different variations of the definition of intelligence, most experts agree that it is the ability to learn from experience, recognize problems, and overcome difficulties. To understand what could qualify a person to be intelligent, we're going to look at some of the theories from different experts in the field. The first theory is CHC, Cattell Horn Carroll theory, by Raymond B. Cattell, John Leonard Horn, and John B. Carroll. The principal idea of the CHC theory is that it proposes three strata of intelligence that are linked hierarchically. Stratum 1 has narrow talents, Stratum 2 contains broad powers, and Stratum 3 contains general abilities. And the most vital one is Stratum 3, the general abilities, an overall capacity thought to be relevant to and involved in a wide range of cognitive tasks. It has been associated with various mental processes and life outcomes, including income, work performance, and health. The capacity to deal with novelty and think quickly and flexibly is called fluid ability. The general store of knowledge essential to adaptation in one's life, including vocabulary and general information, is referred to as crystallized ability. The second is the Gardner's theory of multiple intelligences by Howard Gardner. Gardner has maintained that intelligence is not unitary, that there is no such thing as universal intelligence in its broadest sense, but rather multifaceted. That is, many intelligences exist. Among these are 1. Linguistic, applied while reading a book, writing a paper, a novel, or poetry, and comprehending spoken words. 2. Mathematical, used to solve arithmetic problems, balance a checkbook, solve a mathematical equation, and reason logically. 3. Spatial intelligence, used in traveling from one location to another, interpreting maps, and packaging luggage in a car trunk so that they all fit into a small area. 4. Musical intelligence can be utilized to sing a song, compose a sonata, play the trumpet, or merely appreciate the structure of a piece of music. 5. Bodily kinesthetic intelligence used in activities such as dance, basketball, running a mile, and throwing a javelin. 6. Naturalist intelligence is utilized to comprehend natural patterns. 7. Interpersonal intelligences used in connecting to others, such as when attempting to comprehend another person's actions, intentions, or feelings. 8. Intrapersonal intelligences, the basis for knowing who we are, what makes us tick, and how we may alter ourselves given our current limits on our talents and interests. Gardner's hypothesis is supported by a range of evidence sources including neuropsychological and psychometric data. Thirdly, Sternberg's triarchic theory of human intelligence. As proposed by psychologist Robert J. Sternberg, the original version of the idea is triarchic, arguing that intelligence is composed of 3 sets of skills: creative, analytical, and practical. It also emphasizes the relevance of wisdom-based abilities in its expanded edition. According to this notion, people are clever in their daily lives if they 1. Given their cultural background, students must develop and achieve goals that will help them reach their life objectives. 2. By using their strengths and compensating for or correcting their deficiencies. 3. To adapt to, mold, and choose surroundings. 4. Through a combination of critical skills. The critical skills are A. Creative ability to produce innovative ideas. B. Analytical skills to ensure that the concepts are credible. C. Practical abilities to put their ideas into action and convince others of their significance. And D. Wisdom-based abilities are required to guarantee that ideas contribute to the common good in the long and near term through instilling positive ethical ideals. Analytical, creative, practical, and wisdom components of the theory are all quantifiable. Sternberg has demonstrated that when they are quantified, they increase prediction of both academic and non-academic performance in university settings while also reducing ethnic group inequalities. Teaching that takes into account all dimensions of intellect improves academic performance as compared to traditional education. Sternberg contends that intellect is partly changeable over the lifespan. Some researchers have looked at the link between brain size and IQ. The statistical link between people is minor yet substantial. Obviously, the discovery is simply a correlation. Bigger brain size may cause more intellect, greater intelligence may cause larger brain size, or both may rely on some third component. Furthermore, the efficiency with which the brain is employed is likely more essential than its size. Men on average have bigger brains than women. Still, women have better connections between the two hemispheres via the corpus callosum. As a result, it is unclear which sex would have the edge over the other. Finally, we'll see if neural efficiency plays a role in determining intelligence. Complex patterns of electrical activity in the brain as promoted by specific stimuli correlate with scores on IQ tests. In particular, the speed of conduction of neural impulses may correlate with intelligence as measured by IQ tests. Some investigators have suggested that this research supports a view that intelligence is based at least in part on neural efficiency. Studies on how the brain metabolizes glucose during mental processes provide more evidence for neural efficiency as a measure of intelligence. Richard J. Hare, co-author of The Neuroscience of Intelligence, along with his colleagues, discovered that higher intellect is associated with lower levels of glucose metabolism during problem-solving activities. Furthermore, they found that mastering a moderately complex activity requiring visuospatial manipulations boosts brain efficiency. For example, in the computer game Tetris, individuals with higher IQs generally have reduced brain glucose metabolism as a result of practice. They do, however, exhibit more finely targeted glucose metabolism. Persons with higher IQ have lower levels of glucose metabolism in most parts of their brains, but greater levels of glucose metabolism in certain areas of their brains considered to be crucial to the job at hand. People with higher IQs may have learned how to use their brains more effectively as a result. Intelligence is very tricky to measure because different aspects need to be considered. Undoubtedly, most humans have some sort of intelligence regardless of their appearance, language, and affiliation. But not everyone has the same opportunity to demonstrate their skills and abilities and develop them. Nonetheless, we should strive to get better at what is beneficial. Thank you for being with us in this episode of Fancied Facts. Make sure to subscribe for more amazing future contents. Take care and enjoy your day.